Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk animated shows and movies here, especially Miraculous Ladybug and The Owl House. Apparently, there's an asterisk that someone put after that, but we're going to ignore that. And find everything about us at overlyanimated.com. No asterisk for The Owl House. We're still pretending everything's the same here. But today is Ladybug time, and I'm your host, Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall
Hey y'all.
and April Collins.
Hi there.
Does it show you as does it literally show you as an asterisk or you just like
No, there's like
ignore it?
an outline when you put something after. I can't tell what it is. Anyway.
It's a,
Uh
Sad
it's a crying
face.
emoji.
oh
You
wow.
can't see
Okay, I'm the
that?
one that needs the text, the font. We were talking about the zoom on the outline. I'm the one that needs the zoom to be higher. That does not look like crying to me.
It's a
Okay.
crying face.
We're talking about Miraculous Ladybug, which maybe we're crying because Al has done, maybe we're crying because of these episodes of Ladybug. We'll
Yeah,
find out what our
episode.
reactions to the big Kwamis Choice two-parter that has aired on the Disney US Disney Channel, and redundant, but the parts one and two both aired this weekend. So thank you, Disney, for airing them back to back. That was pretty cool. And we're going to continue to have Ladybug at least for 3 more weeks after this. We'll see after that. So we're excited that Ladybug is back on the Disney US channel. We are going by the Disney US English dub releases. Spoilers only up to the episodes we're covering in this podcast. Please, absolutely no spoilers past where the Disney US dub is at anywhere in the comments or anywhere you would interact with the podcast. We are not spoiled beyond episode 11 of season 5, this two-parter. We have not seen anything past this. So please be cognizant of that. And if you have not seen past this either, there will be no spoilers. But there are spoilers for the Kwamis Choice two-parter, which has finally aired for us, and we are very excited to get into. Okay, I always have to give that a big spoiler warning for Ladybug. And we also, yeah, check out the previous season 5 Ladybug podcast. Search for Overly Animated Ladybug. You can find all the podcasts there. Let's talk about the Kwami's Choice. Parts 1 and 2. Who cares? Not what it's called. Delaney, what did you think? What were your reactions to this special two-parter?
I hate the show.
I think every single time every podcast you've said that to start now.
I don't know, like sometimes I feel like it's not as strong,
On the
but
on the I hate the show meter out of 10, where are you right now?
okay, I'd say it's like an 8 or a 9. Like this isn't like when we're like in the future or like the past and like nothing actually like all of this actually happened and it like stayed happened.
Right?
So it's only like an 8 or a 9. It's not like a full 10 where they like completely like just messed with us.
Yeah.
Like everyone has full recollections of these events.
Everyone remembers.
That we know
Like this
of,
is
yes.
real. This happened. Um so I will say I am impressed, but also I'm like I hate the show because like the thing is they addressed everything that we wanted to address like right now in this like in these 2 episodes. Like we were like, what are we gonna do about Marinette not liking Adrian anymore and like her depression and like what's happening and like her feelings for Cat Noir and then also like the identity and they're like we're gonna do all this in 2 episodes, guys. Are you ready? And like we eat like so much happened. I really liked it. Uh, I I was stressed the whole time. Like the first
What
episode.
time did you watch these episodes, Delaney?
Oh, like
Not to
2
call
a.m.
you out.
Oh,
Okay.
Dylan, I knew you were gonna call me out. So I
Did
was
you? Because you texted me like
What
3
time was
a.m.
it?
okay. So I texted Dylan. Let's see. I can't remember what time I
It was
texted
like
Dylan.
3 a.m. I think.
Oh my gosh.
Did the early morning view or late, depending on your perspective, did that affect your reaction to Ladybug? What time of day is best to watch Ladybug?
So originally I planned on like waking up early because I had planned on actually getting some sleep, but my cat was cold and she would not let me sleep. Like it was just constant cuddles. And like that sounds great, but like she's a bully and she headbutts me, so I didn't get any sleep. And so finally I was like, well, I'm not getting any sleep. I'm going to watch the episodes now because otherwise I'm going to wake up at 3 p.m. and then be rushed.
Yeah, that was a good call, I think.
Yeah, so I was like, okay,
Smart call.
I try. And so, I mean, also I like to spend time with my wife before she goes to work. And which she got like a whole, I was like, I just watched Ladybug. And she was like, oh no, what happened? So she got like a whole, like, explained the whole plot to her. Yeah, so it was
I
like,
feel like these were big
Jesus.
Plog episodes, by the way, for Tanya.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes, they were. Oh, Plagg was great. I think
Big,
Plague's a little
two
heartbroken.
really like creepy Plagg faces. Anyway,
Yeah, Plagg. These were big Plagg episodes, and also Plagg he's such a baby.
I don't know if
Also,
I'd describe him as a baby
do
after
do
these
Plagg and
episodes.
Tiki have like a ship name? Because these two episodes are like their
No.
ship.
Definitely asked this before.
I thought we voted against it.
Yeah,
For
something with
the sake of
Sugar Cube in it.
humanity.
For the sake, but like it's real. It's real though.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but we don't have to acknowledge it.
We don't have to
Okay, well, we'll see if we get it. April, what did you think of the Kwamis Choice?
Oh my gosh. Nothing ever prepares me for any episode ever. And I feel like
impossible.
It's impossible. And I feel like
also, full disclosure, Dylan's a troll. And Dylan always watches the episodes before us. And Dylan's like, well, what did Dylan message? Dylan was being a troll.
I didn't say. I was generic. It was fine. Speaking of troll, I was going to start
You
the podcast
said
with...
You told us good luck.
Dylan said,
yeah.
good luck, y'all, with Ladybug, which is like...
Good luck.
Dylan.
Appropriate.
No.
I was gonna say, hey, to start the podcast, but I didn't. Okay, so anyway, April, continue.
I would have hung up. I would have been like, nope.
Yeah, so I never know what... Like, even in my wildest dreams, I never know what to expect, and I go in with that expectation.
Fever dream. These episodes were not at all like my fever dream, but I don't really remember it.
These episodes were a fever dream.
Yeah, that's fair. Accurate.
That's the thing, though. Like, you can't ever predict anything that's going to happen in this show, and then you're like, if I don't predict anything, I'm not gonna like I can't be surprised when things go off the rails, but you're still surprised when things go off the rails. And so...
Also, they actually talk to each other, which is like the most shocking thing that's ever happened in the history of Ladybug ever.
Exactly. So there's... okay.
Did you like them?
I liked them, but I know we're going to get into it, but F. Gabriel.
Oh, he's the worst.
He is the absolute worst.
Oh, I was going to be like, so worst dad award goes to Gabriel. Best dad award goes to Natalie.
Natalie is the true hero of the show. Gabriel's the worst. I was just... I have so many feelings.
The problem is I could like hear Dylan cackling while Gabriel's dancing. Like I could hear it.
Yes.
Like, going on.
Dylan's just singing
so
along.
Right.
He's never heard the song before in his
I could,
life.
I could feel Dylan's presence with
you would think it would be April, but we'll talk about that.
We know it was you because like you were like, yes.
I was like, yes.
I was deceased these entire episodes because I really was waiting for the other shoe to drop at any moment during these two episodes, and then when it didn't,
was really bad. So like the first episode, you're watching it and you're like, wow, everything worked out, and then at the end, it's the alliance rings, and you're like, nope,
and we knew that too. That's the worst part. We knew. I have so many feelings. These episodes were great, though.
Okay. I definitely think people like listening for the first time are not going to think you guys like the show like ever.
We do. We love the show.
We love the show so much.
Like
this is where we're at, and look, it's the show has brought this on itself. So I am not going. Not going to say
the show has. The show has. Like the show is just such like. Also, it's what's nuts to me is like I saw like Disney actually tweeted about Ladybug, and like people in the comments are like, "Man, I miss when Ladybug was good." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Ladybug is so good right now." Like, what are
fans always say that. We're in the middle of the season when stuff's happening, guys. Come on, come back to the show.
I know. And
there's stuff happening. We're well aware of that.
Also, I'm still like, how do you like dislike this in comparison to season 1? Like, where are you like?
Maybe they missed the consistency of season 1.
Maybe.
Like,
they
knew what they were getting.
That's true. Yeah.
We knew what we were getting ourselves into. We'd see a character. They'd get upsetty spaghetti. Then they would get a
that also happened in both of these episodes, though.
It did. Also,
it really did.
Maybe they're 10 and they're like, ew, romance, which is like fair. It's like a valid.
Okay, no one's should watch Ladybug if they're like, ew, romance. Like, it's like
they
the
really
premise of the show. Yeah.
You have to think a different show.
Pick a different show.
What show is the least romance? Let's think of what's the opposite Ladybug? What's the Bizarro World Ladybug? What do you think about
Um,
that? Ruby. It
Ruby.
comes to mind.
Oh,
Okay.
I was still thinking along the lines of like Disney Channel, and I was like, Big City Greens. There is no romance in that
Okay,
show.
yeah.
I was like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, so
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
something like that. I would say Ladybug zany though. I feel like it should be like a very serious
Also, Ruby
show.
has romance. What are you talking about?
Yeah, just finally this season. Finally.
Just finally, yeah.
Okay. I loved the Kwamis Choice episodes. I love both of them.
Also, it's
I thought
give me
this was
the
a
episode
great
called
mid-season
Monarch.
finale that we got like 6 months after the season started. So
Perfect.
it's so annoying.
Yes.
But no, honestly, I think this like really wraps up the first half of the season really well. And
Does it?
I think that there are several elements which we were waiting to come into play.
Like literally, it to me, like there was like a bulleted list, and they were like, "We're gonna do this in this
Yeah.
episode."
I will say,
and
in Elation, Hawkmoth is like, I'm gonna use Cat Noir's feelings for Marinette against them, and that is not what happens here. So
Yeah.
it's not like they did everything that we're expecting, but this is like a very different. I wonder if that will still happen in the future because I guess
Right.
it could.
It's also one of those things where Gabriel gets distracted. Like Gabriel's like, "Ooh, shiny, someone's upset," and like, just
it's like Gabriel always says there's ambiguous things. He said another one in the second episode. We'll talk about it.
So vague.
And
yeah.
it really never seems to like pay off directly. So I wonder if it's the show just vaguely saying stuff, or if they're really going for Gabriel like
Yeah,
as no
like he
focus,
just
which is
says
fair.
stuff.
Yeah, he just like feels like saying stuff.
He's
in the
big
moment.
talk all the time.
Big talk.
The resistance is something we're expecting to come in, and it comes in a major way here.
That was nice. I really enjoyed that.
It was
Me too.
good. Not really this season, but Zoe, I think, as a character, finally pays off
I
from
guess
season 4.
I was like, "Oh my god, it was great." Also,
Yeah.
I
Good
love
to see
Zoe.
Chloe again. We were wondering what
Yeah.
she'd been up to.
Probably the best Chloe stuff in a while. Yeah,
Chloe
and-
was so mean. This might be like the
But
epitome of Chloe
she needs to be egged on by Lila though, right? Like
That's true.
I want to claw her eyes out.
just the mention of Lila, you instantly what?
I hate her.
She
I
says
see her on
like
the
one
screen and I
line.
get mad.
Okay. This episode's iconic Marinette Adrian stuff. Big for the future of them dating. They basically date in these episodes, and
But
as
they
you guys
don't
said,
date.
they don't forget, right? So it's still in play
It's
into
real.
the future.
It's a thing.
One of my main reaction was we've been wanting to see Marin and Adrian date, and the show has been doing this stuff where like it does these setups and they could explore different variations of what could happen, and then they walk stuff back like with the identity reveals. So here we see the scenario: what would happen if they weren't heroes and they got to date, and we see that they would take it really slow, and I feel like they were like pre-dating here, kind of.
Yeah.
Like Adrian was being very like kind to Marinette and like having this like very slow period before she's ready. And so we got to see what that would look like. But this time it's even more exciting because they don't reverse it
It's
like the
real.
past identity reveal
It's
stuff.
real life.
So them knowing their feelings is going to stick. We'll see how it plays out. But I thought that this was a really fun way to do this. And it's not exactly how we've been speculating. It's not exactly how I would do it. I would like have them actually date for a while. But the show has been exploring interesting possibilities while sticking with its kind of consistent thing. And I think that's been a really great structure for it that it's been really successful at. This could have been the most successful
Into the
of
season.
all of these
yes.
attempts. Finally, right? Yeah.
Right.
Finally.
And like
Well,
the world ends.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then it did. That's the price. So they were really great. The scene with the hold up your right hand, hold up your left hand is like all time iconic in the show. I feel
Also,
like.
the fact that she forgets, so funny.
Which arm to put up?
Yeah, good.
Also, very, very relatable for me because my wife often forgets left or right, so she would do this to me.
Yeah, to do
Yeah.
that with her. Put up which hand.
It'll be great.
Big Monarch episodes. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Like I loved him so
Drama
much in
queen.
both of these episodes. Like the dancing
I'm
scene.
so mad.
Yeah, we're gonna dig into that, but yeah, you guys are right. The dancing scene is one of my favorite scenes of Ladybug of all time.
Oh, I was like, Dylan's like losing it right now.
It's so good. They
is
made an
so good.
original French song for the show, and they have him the
And they
choreographed
kept it
number
for
to
the
this.
English stuff,
Yeah,
which
which
is
is
so
very good.
even better.
It's so good. Thank you, Thomas and Ladybug crew, and like for
It's
giving us all of our
magical.
Gabe fantasies. Him in a musical. We needed it. You smell
Also,
that,
he's
Natalie?
so
Oh my God.
he's so annoying.
My
Like,
favorite.
so annoying.
My favorite is as soon as he comes to face with Natalie, smile gone. Like
Yes, and then Natalie's like, "Are you making pancakes
Yeah.
again?" So funny.
It's so funny. It's so good. Everything with Gabe. Right after Nice Dad, he's like the worst he's ever been to Adrian. I love that.
no, he was not
Eh,
being nice, Dad.
Yeah, not Nice Dad no more. Maybe there never was Nice
He
Dad.
like
There's like
Nice
pretends to be
Dad doesn't
nice, and
exist.
then
he
he's
was
like, "I am the worst."
No, he's
uh
first off, he was the absolute worst from the very beginning because he's like, son, I'm here for you. Here's an alliance ring. I know that I have an alliance ring that's with your mother's face, but you can have Lila.
Also,
yeah,
he turns
you give
around and
Adrian
makes
the
like the
mom one.
evilest
Yeah. It's a good
face.
point.
Yes, and then he turns away and and I knew immediately because he almost akumatized Adrian. And then he was like, "Oh, I can't do that because Adrian doesn't have an alliance."
Okay,
He
wait,
says,
get
"I'm
me.
not a
So at
monster,
first, so
Natalie."
at first,
Yes, he
you think,
is.
at first you're like, "Oh, right, Adrian, he wouldn't akumatize Adrian," but then no, he's like, "I'm gonna akumatize it and make him worse." Like you were
Yeah.
the most
I love it.
awfulest.
I love it so much. I know April is upset with him. I want him to be even more terrible. Like
I mean, he's getting there. Like he's bad.
He's right there. I mean,
we're gonna go through everything, and this was literally the closest he's ever been. He actually got the Miraculouses,
He had
so
them. Like it
kudos.
was
he had them, but
If
they
if
also.
not
ruined
if
it
not,
for
and
him.
honestly, he deserved them. Tiki and Plagg cheated. I think he should have been able
No,
to
I
make the
love
wish.
it.
Why
I
do they
love that
get to
they
use their
cheated.
powers in slow-mo as he's about to win?
Can we talk
It's
about?
way
Can we
too
talk about
OP.
Plog being like, "I'm just gonna straight up murder you"?
Murder you.
Like,
He murdered himself, his vessel
that
to
is what he did.
the.
But at first, he tried to
Oh
murder
yeah,
him.
he did. And he's like, actually, I can't murder. Yeah, no, he would have cataclysmed human on his own. Yeah, Plog is yeah, no. So
Frog
I
is
mean
feisty.
yeah. Okay, so I loved everything. We'll go over everything with Monarch, Scarabella, and Kitty Noir. I thought they were really fun. We're gonna talk about that too.
We were
Uh,
robbed of Kitty Noir's transformation sequence. I just want.
I'll
Yeah.
just say right now, Delaney, how have you not said gay about Scarabella and
No,
Kitty
I
Noir
was
yet?
waiting for my moment. You were
Yeah.
letting you have your
Usually
Gabriel
you say it in the
moment.
intro.
Oh yeah, no, Zoe's so gay. like,
We're gonna
I
okay, we're
love
same page. We're gonna
it.
talk about that. Okay.
like gay.
Oh yeah, and about the part one, I thought it was like really well put together, well paced episode. The full like what if they were free, no holders, they got to be happy. Just a really well paced and everything. Part two, like so much more chaotic, and so many elements at play, but I thought the show juggled them very well, all these elements as usual. There's this cafeteria scene where Marinette and Adrian are on a date basically while Monarch is lurking invisible in the corner,
Oh my god.
while Chloe is
So
like on a
goofy.
rampage, while like the resistance has been set up and everything, and it's like all really well handled and well you understand all the elements and everything that's happening. And once again, I feel like Ladybug does not get its due for how like narratively complex the show is. I genuinely think it's like the most narratively complex show that we
I
have
was
covered in a while on the podcast. It's so impressive, all the plot stuff going on
I
in
was
part two here.
horrified when he like laid out his plan. I was like, oh my god, it's going to work. This is the most
Yeah.
awful, terrible thing that's ever happened.
The worst guy you know just made a great point. That was him
And then
and his
also he
plan.
Yes.
followed Anya into the bathroom, creeper. Like,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
and
I
then
want to talk
Zoe
about
was in the
that.
locker room. I'm like,
In the
you are
locker
the
room.
worst.
Oh
Like,
yeah, the absolute the most creepy he's ever been. Anyway,
Right?
yeah,
He's like, I'm gonna be invisible in this children's school.
okay, we'll come back to that. Let's talk about the setup for the episodes.
I have to
Plug
give
in
him though, he didn't like cause the drama.
Yes.
Like
between.
he didn't call Chloe. Like, I'll give him that.
He was like, it's a high school, something's gonna happen.
Yeah,
He
he
just
just
waited.
knew.
Yeah, maybe better.
It's like drama's bound to happen. Chloe goes to school there.
Yeah, my
And
number one and two
Lila.
Akuma causers are right here, Chloe and Marinette. So something's gonna happen. Okay, the setup. Plagg and Tikki, they decide that it's best to leave Marinette and Adrian from being heroes so they can be with each other after Marinette's like super
BRB is
depressed.
sobbing. Awful.
What did you think of the setup, Delaney, and Plagg and Tiki's decision and stuff?
So I don't like honestly. I thought the decision was going to be to let them tell each other, And then I
Right.
was like, this is such a cop out. Like, I was so mad at them. But then it's like, it's really awful because we've had them. Well, I don't think has Marinette renounced before? I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, was this a renunciation of their
'Cause
miraculous?
I think
so-
it doesn't like because they took it, so it's different. But I'm just thinking like because Adrienne renounced before.
Okay.
Adrienne has renounced before, but I was wondering, like, was this ever has this always been a possibility that the Kwamis could renounce their own holders?
I guess so. Like
Because
well,
first off, what is Nuru doing?
Yeah, no. The ones with Gabriel would definitely renounce. If they could leave, they would. It's unclear if Tikki and Plagg are special or if
Right.
there was an implied renunciation.
or also, I mean, I'm sure they could have like.
I think Marin and Adrian basically said yes. Like I think
Yeah, that's
Tikki and
what-
Plagg were
I
like,
think
we're
they-
gonna leave, and they're like, okay, go. So I think Hawkmoth would have said no, don't go.
And then like Tiki's like crying, and I'll never forget you. And then Plagg's like, you'll never forget me.
forget
So
me?
fun, so good.
Okay, but then also, I thought once they renounced their miraculouses,
They would forget.
they would forget.
Don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
We'll never know.
I also thought that.
Yeah, what
Also,
do
I
you think,
really like
Gabriel?
on Marinette's. Are we gonna see each other again? And I'm like, yeah, she literally picked your best friend. Like you're a doofus.
Literally.
Like,
I guess she didn't know at the time.
And then immediately Tiki's like, Marinette. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, April, what do you think of Tikki and Plagg and this move?
I mean, that's very sweet of them to think about the happiness of Marinette and Adrienne over, I guess, saving the world. So I thought that was very sweet, but I was also like, but what's going to happen now? Like, can we just do this? So I was also very concerned by how they were almost instantly like feeling better. Like,
right.
how does that work?
The amount of stress that being a superhero is.
I guess you just immediately feel that lifted reaction.
Well, then,
Also,
then
they're
they got-
15, extremely realistic.
True.
Yeah. I feel like Tikki and Plagg were just, it wasn't to make them happy. It was because Marinette wouldn't do anything. I feel like that was the idea.
Well, and then Adrian, after he tried to cheer up Marinette, was essentially slipping into the same depression that she was.
Yeah, I think it was fast. And I feel like Marinette's been sad before, so it seemed very sudden. That being said, I think this is a good culmination of the distress.
I was going to say, I don't feel like Marinette's like depression was very sudden. I think it's been something that's been kind of building in the background.
So why wouldn't they leave before this? You know,
well, I think Marinette came very close several times, just in like that short period where Adrienne's in her room, to revealing her secret. And I think that was part of like the fear that Tikki and Plagg had, was that we have to do something before that happens.
It was particularly bad. Yeah, it was only one scene. The show always moves fast, but I think it works with the season. Like I said, I feel like this is more of a mid-season finale, so if this aired with everything else, I think it plays even better. But it does, it's like a culmination of Marinette's kind of distress with Adrienne and with her guardian duties. I think that the guardian duties were a little absent and based on last season, that element, but they were very focused on the Marinette and Adrienne and them leaving so they can be together. Tikki and Plagg comment. I feel like Plagg made both of the major decisions in this episode.
Yes, no, Plagg Plagg was like,
I'm far from a Tikki stan, as we know. But I feel like Tikki is the main one. I feel like Tikki should be making these decisions.
I think,
but Tiki's also like more like Tiki's like really upset. Like she loves Marinette.
Well, and I think the other thing too is that between the two of them, Plagg's kind of like they did a really good job at demonstrating that in this episode. Plagg's very emotional, and I mean that in like a way of like he instantly gives into his emotions. So like Tiki's very much more rational, and so I think Tiki's thing was like, well, like look, Cat Noir and Ladybug are the best that we've had, so we can't do this. Kind of was like the feeling that I got was like, I don't know how we're gonna deal with this, but we can't not have Ladybug and Cat Noir. And Plagg's like, nah, man, like we got to take care of these humans. We'll go find other people, kind of situation. Which is why, because I feel like Plagg almost, which sounds really bad, cares more about people than Tikki does.
That's interesting. I do think it fits their personalities. Plagg is more impulsive, and Tikki would take longer to kind of decide on stuff.
Yeah.
Tiki's more cautious.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Plug caring more directly. Tiki seems very distant at times for sure. But
Plagg indirectly cares about others.
it's interesting analysis. Yeah. I think it fits them. I think Tiki deserves a moment in the future for sure. But a lot of Plug regardless. So yeah, it's this feels like, I don't know. To me, it felt like a setup for the episode. It definitely felt like, okay, here's what we're doing, and it's gonna revert back at the end, type of thing. But we don't literally rewind the clock. So I think that was the really nice part of it.
Yes.
It just transfers, then
There are
transfers back.
consequences to their actions.
Yeah, but this is everything, happened, and it's still like Marinette's gonna be upset. So at her love life and stuff, I guess she has a new wind at the end of part two.
I think she has like
She's
a different wind, almost like a newfound motivation. Like obviously they want to stop like Monarch and get all of the Miraculouses and Kwamis back. Well, I mean, she knows what Gabriel has done with them all now. But but I think also like that's a huge like being able to pursue her love interest at the end of it is like a newfound like goal for her. She's like,
that's interesting. Do you think that that's like what she's thinking now? Like, let's go beat Monarch quick so we can get back to what we're doing with Adrian.
kind of, because she seemed very almost like accepting, because not that, I mean, she was making progress with Adrian without being a miraculous holder. And so, but yet she like stepped back into it, and she's like, and even who was it that pointed out like, yeah, but like now you can't pursue your romantic interests. And she's like, yeah, but we're going to win. So, and then once they win, she can go do whatever she wants with her life, essentially, without having to worry about, Monarch popping up every couple of hours,
Yeah,
akumatizing babies.
so this brings in the big question heading into episode 12. Like, so they basically know they like each other now. I think they basically knew that before. Adrian was a little bit unclear if Marinette still currently had feelings for him, but
Yes.
now they both definitely know they like each other. So how will that affect the status quo moving forward while they're back as Ladybug as Cat? Marinette's like says, "Okay, I can't have my love story. We're Ladybug and Cat, but how will these feelings
I
come into play now?"
I think that the show, because their way of exploring this was going about a very slow pace, because they even say, or Baronet even like confesses like, well, we're not really dating. And so I think that slowness is going to be to their advantage, because like, and bless Adrian for being the most respectful boy ever, because I don't know who raised him, but they raised him right. It wasn't Gabriel, that's for
Nice
sure.
dad, nice dad.
No,
It was not nice, Dad.
Natalie,
Because
obviously.
he was just being super respectful of Marinette's feelings the entire time, like understanding that this is like something new for her, and like that she's obviously like nervous or anxious, though not necessarily in like the worst of ways, like, but like he was just being kind to her. And I think that's going to be like the fact that they are taking it extremely slow. Like even Ollie was like, oh yeah, we're back at episode 1, which was a whole scene that I just thought was hilarious, and I felt very lost the first time I watched it. But even Ollie was like, oh yeah, we're back at episode 1. And so that means that they can continue to take things slow, let them develop, not maybe at the heart, like at an extreme pace, but so they can continue to get to know each other, grow those feelings, let them like nurture them, do all of that, figure out how they're going to save the world, and then at the end of it, then they can let things like pick up the pace.
Interesting. Delaney, what's your read on this moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, basically what April said. I mean, it seems like basically they kind of had a date and the world didn't end. I mean, it almost ended, but like it's fine.
Yeah, but also they weren't Ladybug and Cat at the time.
Right. So I think it might be. I think we're kind of at a point now where it's like, okay, so like, why can't they just date? Like, what's it matter?
Right. But is can we continue this pre-dating type of thing, as April was saying? From this episode, they went on a lunch date in part 2, basically. Can we continue to do that even when they're Ladybug and Cat? I mean, they're not telling each other their identities. Ollie was dating Nino and was Ladybug for a period, without telling Nino, right? Can they just not tell each other and date?
I think that might be what we're doing.
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing, just not at like a dating pace.
Are they dating now and we're not leading by
No.
saying they're actually dating? Confirmed?
They're not dating. They said so.
I think they were okay, but they're dumb. I think they were dating these 2 episodes.
I think they were just having lunch together.
Okay, let's go
At
over what
school.
happened, and then we'll decide at the end if they're dating. That was a good transition. So we have the scene. Marinette. So Adrian comes to quote unquote give Marinette her homework, and then Marinette like super rejects him. I don't care, Marinette. I love you just the way you are. I don't love you, Marinette.
So much drama.
So drama.
Also,
but
Adrian.
I love you just the way you are. Yeah, very bold by Adrian, subtly here.
So
I
I love it.
Good job, clone Adrian. Going for it.
Good job, Sentiments.
Who knows how long you have on this earth left? You could...
Maybe that's what was his motivation.
He just knows in the back of his head. So then he comes back, and he's now that they're free, and Marinette can't say anything. I guess a good culmination of the stuttering stuff, and you raise your right hand for yes, left hand for no.
Being so
oh my god! And then my favorite is Marinette's parents are like, "Ooh,
oh yeah,
oh funny."
They duck out. Yeah. Yes, loved you. Yes, still in love with him after accidentally saying no. Yes, spend more time together to figure it out, basically. But yeah, definitely Adrian being so considerate and stuff.
I know. Oh, who raised that boy?
Nice dad.
It was not Dice Dad.
Yeah.
Delaney, what do you think of the scene?
It's adorable, and also, I'm sorry, it's so funny. Marinette's like, "Hello."
She can't say it.
And then later, when she's like, "I will make my hand obey me." It's so funny. Like, she's such a disaster. It's hysterical.
I think what's maybe frustrating / funny is that this scene could have been in season 1, right? I guess true. Adrian didn't love her in season 1, but from Marinette's side, yeah. So like all you said, we're gonna
back to episode 1.
What did Alex say? It was like, or Max? It was like, it's been like 286 days.
It's literally only been 9 months since the beginning of season 1, Delaney. How does that make you feel?
I lost my mind when they said that.
In show, 9 months. In reality, 9 years.
I don't understand.
I think I just aged like a lot.
I'm so old.
We've been doing this so long, and it's been 9 months in this universe? Are you kidding me?
Only 9
months.
I guess they have to still be in school, but come on. It hasn't even been a year?
Like, I'm like, is Miss Bustier going to have this baby? Like,
right. Is it 9 months because someone's having a baby? Why is it 9 months? Oh, my God. Yeah, is Miss Bustier out or something? I guess she was maybe not pregnant at the beginning of the show. Someone has to track this. Okay.
I mean...
Okay.
I'm at a loss for words.
That was a disassociate from reality moment I think we know it's kind of been that long. They've referenced it before, but just hear it. It was very upsetting.
Well, I remember we had a moment whenever it was like the memorial episode of like Adrian's mom, and they're like, it's only been a year since like she died or whatever.
So we went through this recently, yeah.
And we were like, a year, but I guess Adrian has only been at school for 9 months. So
somehow even worse.
Yes.
So at the end, second half of the first episode, now that they're Adrian's in Marinette's room, then the fight breaks out with Scarabelle and Kitty Noir, and then they watch the fight together.
That
And
was really cute. I enjoyed that a
It was
lot.
adorable.
so that's a dating moment, you know. And Marinette's like leaning on him and stuff, right? And then in part two, I think it's a little bit more subtle in part two, or more like of a background type of thing. But they they have lunch. They're at the resistance meeting, and then they sit together at lunch in a one-on-one table.
I love the whole school except Lila
Chloe
and
and
Chloe
Lila,
are
yeah,
like, oh my god, yes.
yeah, they're
Yes.
living for it.
Also, and then Rose was like literally crying when like
She sweet
Checks
Rose.
out.
I love her. So funny. Like when everything was going bad, she's just like literally crying. Also, Zoe's the only one with a brain this episode.
Truly.
AJ,
They were all
but
throwing a party.
It's
I know
ridiculous.
they threw a party. Talk more about Zoe. Adrian's talking about like hearts of palm at the lunch, and then
Oh,
Marinette's trying to reach out to grab Adrian's hand and
so
can't, but
funny.
then Adrian helps her up after that. So those are the highlights of their
Chloe
lunch.
is literally so evil.
Again, she had to be egged on by Lila. I feel like Chloe's
okay, I'm sorry. Her not knowing what generous meant was so funny.
That was good.
Alliance Define generous. Yeah.
So funny.
Not a complicated word, but yeah, I guess
Well,
checks
then
out.
what
Chloe
is it?
would
Her
not know.
alliance is like, I don't understand your request.
She doesn't say please. So funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's the evidence that they're basically dating, is they watch the sunset with a hero fight together or something, and then they have lunch together at school.
I think they're talking. It's like,
yeah, they're in the talking stages. They're not officially dating yet.
Yeah, they're not officially dating, but these are dating activities that are happening.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I mean, it was a huge Adrinette episode, right? This is as big as we've seen.
This is progress. Like it's gonna happen.
It's very much progress.
They know, like, how long have we been like, oh, does he feel the same? Oh, I don't know if Marinette loves me. Like, we're there for years, right?
Yeah.
In
now
show months.
The other one likes each other. That is like the biggest change.
The biggest hurdle is cleared.
Yes.
I mean, that's what they say during their strategy meeting. Like, he loves her, she loves him. What's so hard? But now they know.
So, well, because being a superhero, that's what's the
right.
problem.
So moving forward, is Marinette going to go back to, okay, I can't have a love life, I need to focus on being the Guardian?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't know.
I think they're just gonna. I think it's gonna be like the continuation of the pre-dating activity.
Well, and also she kind of has a break in the case, like she discovering that what he has done with the rings.
Yes.
Yeah, break in the case.
A break in the
not
case.
wrong.
I don't think that really does anything, but maybe
does, though,
she sees rings. Yeah, maybe they connect that to alliance rings. That's possible.
Well, I was gonna say that's the only reasonable explanation. Not that the show is ever reasonable, but
how would Monarch have the ability to completely replace the technology to replace the ring? Shouldn't that limit this to just like billionaires and super techie people with financing?
Weird.
Right? Like, yeah,
we know those people.
Mm.
But I was so happy when Marinette noticed, and she was just like, "What did you do to the Miraculous?"
Yeah, it was a very.
I know. That's off topic, but
yeah. Okay, we'll go back. We'll come back to. But yeah, I think that those are probably the two possibilities. I mean, the thing is, we're at a point now, right? We just saw the big two-parter mid-season finale. We don't know what the show is going to make pretty apparent. I feel like what the setup is now.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we went from Marinette's like distraught over love to the reverse love square to this reality where they're actually dating, and now what's the next reality? I think we'll learn when episode 12 starts, probably in some fashion. But they might, they might basically be dating.
Adrian's very persistent, which helps because I don't think he cares that he can't tell her that he's Cat Noir.
Yeah, that's true. Adrian should pursue it. It's just a question of where Marinette's mindset will be.
I was gonna say, because Adrian's hangup wasn't the fact that he was Cat Noir. His hangup was like solely based off Marinette and her feelings. because
Yeah, and
he was
also
like,
he was like liking her as cat, and it seemed like she liked
Well,
cats.
and then
Yeah.
I don't know, like I don't know if she would, but like I mean Tikki and when Tikki and Plagg were talking, Tikki was like their love for each other is what makes them so great. And so obviously they can't know that, but like if Tikki maybe said something along the lines of like you didn't like she was tricked, but like
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, maybe Tikki encourages her to date Adrian without saying who she is. Maybe because Tikki,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Tikki cited that as what makes them good. So it's possible Tikki could encourage her. Alia will encourage her. So yeah, maybe they'll go on dates, kind of moving forward. Well, will we get them officially dating? Once again, we're asking this before an identity reveal this season.
Apparently.
Maybe.
Okay, but yes or no?
Yes.
I toss a coin. That'll be my answer.
No. That's where
Stop
we're
that.
before the season. Are we
No,
back to
but,
episode
like-
1 again?
Yes.
Yes, apparently. I think yes. I think these teens episodes in season 5.
I don't.
But
Okay.
look for them dating, right? I feel like this
Maybe.
next 10 episodes.
I think the finale is them kissing.
Yeah. We're not gonna
There's
get
a
it
lot of
before
stuff that has to happen. I don't think this is. They can
Well,
kiss
I think
before the
that's-
finale.
I think that we're gonna continue on this journey, and then at some point, Marinette is going to remember that she is Ladybug, and she can't date at the same time.
So
And
you would think there'd be a complication, yeah.
I like that's what I think it's going to be. Is that at some point she's gonna remember she's Ladybug, and she can't tell Adrian that, and she's gonna be like, well, F me. And then that's going to complicate things. That, or we're going to get the Sentimonster reveal, and that's going to complicate things.
That's true. We could have some Adrian angst coming up, yeah, for sure. So we'll see. I think we basically don't know, but I think you got to be more optimistic about them dating. I mean, you can, if you want to close your eyes and say they're dating, like it's just happening at this point. Until I see otherwise, until there's a reality where Marinette goes back on this, they're basically dating here. I think that's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Shows up. That's gonna be her reality check.
When who shows up?
Felix.
Oh yeah, true.
No, they start dating and she can tell them apart.
Oh yeah,
Well, no,
yeah. I can
no,
actually
but I
tell
think
you
Felix
now.
is gonna serve as that like stark reminder that her feelings for Adrian got in the way, and she lost the Miraculouses.
Yeah, she could go back to that as well for sure. So we'll see. I think TBD. I think we'll find out pretty quickly. Other than that, though, any other Adrinette thoughts from the 2 episodes?
No.
They're adorable.
It was great. What if we got this the rest of the season? Wouldn't it be fantastic? Wouldn't
Yes.
that be
So
something?
Adrian all of a sudden is like, I mean, not all of a sudden. I don't know. It's kind of all of a sudden where he's just like torturing her a little bit. I'm like, you're rude.
with what?
Well, like the hearts of palm. He's like, does it make you think of anything? Like he's such a dork.
He's like trying to encourage her, I think, right? Like to.
Yeah.
He's trying. He's a 15-year-old boy. He doesn't know any better. His greatest examples of love are not that great.
True.
He's got a dead mom and Natalie.
Gabe and Natalie are such a good couple, though. They're such a healthy
Gabe
couple.
Gabe and Natalie are done. Like
I'm
they're
really
so
shipping
done.
Natalie and Emily. Won't lie.
Oh.
Well, it would be. Would the show do Emily comes back to life and then they both ditch Gabe?
Wouldn't
Wouldn't that be amazing?
I would love that. Because
Would the
Natalie's
show
going to
do
be
that?
the one to tell Emily. She's going to spill all of the tea.
I think the biggest evidence for this is like how despicable they're making Gabriel right now. Like I think the show is setting him up for like really bad things.
Well, and Natalie even is like, I'm worried about what he's willing to sacrifice.
Well, and even the fact that they're now emphasizing the fact that Natalie and Emily were very close.
Yeah, we know earlier this season, Natalie has tapes from Emily. Emily says, "Don't let him endanger Adrian's situation right now." So I feel like Natalie knows that she does. Natalie's already like, "Don't make the wish," type of thing. Because Emily basically said to in the video. Although I guess she's conflicted because she's been helping, but then maybe she's at this point now.
But I don't think she's really been helping him lately.
Not
lately, but like
She does. She just say like congratulations. She's not like, it doesn't seem like she's actively trying to get in the way. Maybe that's the next step.
Yeah.
That could
Man,
be
I
okay.
hope
So
she does.
we're on to our full Monarch discussion
Oh
now.
my gosh.
I need to settle something with April here. So April, what is your feelings about get your beloved Gabriel? I feel like we've seen this the past few podcasts. I feel like you've turned on him.
I think I have to because like I feel like at the beginning his motivations were his motivations. And yeah, he was not the best father. And I think his ridiculousness was like part of his charm. But now he is just evil. Like
What was very bad for you? It was the fact that he is actively akumatizing his son here.
yeah, that's the thing. Because I knew I knew it. As like whenever Adrian started feeling bad and he was like, "Oh, yes." And then he realized it was Adrian and he stopped. I was like, he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop. He's just going to keep doing this. He's going to akumatize his son. And then when he was like going up the stairs and like Natalie was like, "Leave him alone." And he's like, I would never. And I was like, yes, you would. You absolutely would at this point. We've seen what you are capable of. And then I don't know about this man anymore. I think he's really lost
it. Was like funny and cute and quirky, and then now it's just sad.
I feel like to summarize, I think the big redeeming thing about Gabriel has always been that he has truly cared about. In the end, he has cared about his son.
But he does not care.
As we saw most prominently in Gorzilla season 2, right? Like he ultimately cares about Adrian. That's kind of been the thing.
Yeah.
And now
he's
clearly not.
Natalie too.
And he's cared about Natalie, yeah.
But now he does not care about anybody. Like 0 people. And
it's more like when he's so close, it doesn't matter.
He loses sight of it. Yeah, that's true.
He is truly an evil villain right now, and while I absolutely love it,
April, are you renouncing your Gabriel stand-up?
Is he no longer Hawk Daddy?
Are you giving up your Hawk Daddy?
This is Monarch.
So you're keeping your past Hawk Daddy, but now you don't like Monarch though.
Yeah, like Hollow Dad, he was great.
Okay, we're separating them.
We're separating them.
Because April, I feel like I need to pick up the mantle of the Gabriel stan here. I hate.
Do you want to pick up the mantle?
Yes, I loved him so much. I loved him so much this episode. These episodes.
Okay. The dancing is so much.
The dancing is just it is another level. And then
I know it's despicable, but I love the way the show did. Like he's about to come, he realizes it's Adrian. He's like, not right. No.
He's like, I'm gonna go to the room.
Natalie, I'm not a monster. And then he's like,
and then he gives up
I just need to super akumatize him. And he like evil laughs too. Like it's so funny the way they did it.
And he had that evil smirk as he was leaving the bedroom too. Like you.
So he's willing to akumatize his son. Would he ultimately, if it's he can in the moment get the Miraculouses or save Adrian from dying? What would he do? Are you confident he would save his son at this point?
Oh no, he's gonna get those Miraculouses.
I think it's fair based on what we've seen. That does seem like a step beyond akumatizing him, which ultimately they're fine after they akumatize him. But certainly he's willing to endanger his son, as we see here.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, it used to be very endearing, but now he's like an actual villain. And don't get me wrong, I love how competent he is now. But, but like, leave your sweet baby alone. And don't be mean to Natalie, okay? Like,
Natalie's just going to fight him.
Man, I can't wait for that because someone needs to put him in his place. If it's not Natalie, it'll be Emily.
Elevator.
Push it down the elevator.
Delaney, where are you at with Gabriel?
I mean, he's awful. I mean, him dancing around was hilarious. Like he is like
does his awfulness affect your liking him as a character?
That's a good question.
I think it's what a lot of people are probably struggling with. Yeah, I don't blame people for it.
I was gonna say it's really hard.
I mean, I think he's a fun villain. Like he's absolutely ridiculous, and he's like terrible at his job most of the time. I
He's gotten
certainly
really
like him more than I like Lila. I think Lila is like the scum of the earth.
What I've in the years ago I've defended this on the podcast again. He like Monarch Gabriel. He is truly creepy this episode. Lila is still a
Yes.
child. She's like a 14-year-old girl. Like she like is in a super like sex society and stuff. There's a speech I gave on this in the past. I heard recently, but we can lay off Lila. Gabriel, meanwhile,
Oh, he's a mega
is
creep and he akumatizes
creeping
people.
around in a
Yeah.
school, invisible.
He targeted children. He
He
was
went,
like,
Gabriel entered a school targeting 2 young girls.
yes,
He's a creep.
waiting until they were alone.
Waiting until they were alone in a bathroom.
Like, you can't
Bathroom's
make
full
that
of
sound
locker room.
good.
I want a meme with like Chris Hansen. Sit down, Gabriel. Like oh my god.
You can't make that. Like, there's no good way to turn that around.
It's so funny how creepy he is here. Like we really need as a French fake Ladybug society, we need to get Gabriel on the sex offender list because that would solve a lot of our problems here. Like he cannot enter the school anymore,
It
right?
really
Like
would.
Yes. I mean, he doesn't need to enter the school. Apparently, he could just akumatize people from his creepy
no
tower.
sending Akumas into within 50 feet of the school, Gabriel. Not or playgrounds, not allowed.
That's the thing. You put it into the words that I couldn't. He was very creepy, and that's very hard for me.
I understand. I think it's funny that the show is going campier than ever with him with the dance, and yet also more despicable than ever. It's like I'm not exactly sure what they want you to feel about Gabriel, which I think has always been true.
Yes.
But it's you would think that if they want him to be sympathetic with the backstory with Emily and stuff, which I think this show has always tried to paint him somewhat sympathetically and stuff with his history and his family.
And
you
him
think they wouldn't
actually
go
caring about Adrian
and him
Natalie.
actually caring about Adrian and Natalie. You think they wouldn't go this far with him and Adrian with the purposeful evil akumatization as in this episode. So I think that's really interesting. Again, it makes me think more than ever. I don't remember what I predicted, but it does make me think he's dying probably at the end of this season. Like if you're gonna like, he's been a very like not very sympathetic, but consistently set up to be sympathetic character. If you're gonna turn on him this hard, I feel like you are trying to set him up for a big downfall, whether that's death or whether that's a huge comeuppance of another kind.
Because his arm's rotting off.
That's true. Yeah. Well, and
that's also, we didn't check in on that.
That's probably part of the reason why he's so deranged right now is because he's like, I have a very short time span and I have to pull out all of the stops at this point.
Well, it makes you wonder, like maybe, so let's say theoretically, he gets a hold of them again, he makes his wish, and instead of what we think would happen would be like, the cost is Adrian, the cost would be him.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe, he makes a wish and he's the cost.
Like it depends, it depends on how he makes his wish. So what if he's like, I want me and Emily to be together again, and the universe is like, you're welcome, you're dead now, bye. Or
oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, you could that makes me think like he makes the wish and some godlike Kwami figure comes to him and like a giant cloud, I'm imagining, and it's like, you can bring back Emily and keep Adrian, but you will have to leave. And his ultimate redemption is he says yes and he takes the fall here.
Alternate idea is that he gets the miraculouses, he goes to make the wish, right? Because they've said before that whenever you make the wish, you change reality. Yeah. So he wishes, but I feel like you don't get a choice. And so he makes the wish to bring back Emily. Reality changes. Now he's in the dead wife garden. Emily is Hawkmoth.
That'd be good.
Gabriel's the dead wife. Oh my god.
He becomes the dead wife.
He becomes the dead wife.
That's the ultimate. That was such a iconic story arc.
Like that, and that ends up being his sacrifice, is that he is no longer alive in this new reality. So yeah, Emily comes back to life.
He literally switches places with her from the keeper of the dead wife garden to the dead wife himself.
And then that's how we go into season 6.
Oh my God, and he's the new dead wife.
He's
Oh
the
my
new
God.
dead wife.
I need to see it.
And Emily's way more competent than he.
Emily's the new Hawkmoth.
Except Emily like doesn't care, so she's like not trying to get him
He
back.
can, he can
Yeah.
stay in the dead
She's
wife
like-
So
garden.
she's like, no, I have Adrian. He can be the dead wife.
He could be.
Have we thought of this before? That's like
No,
the
I don't
best
think so.
visual ever. Gabriel as the dead wife.
I literally just thought of it. And I was like, man, that's such a good idea.
This is a stroke of genius. We need this to happen. At least they could do one of these things, one of these what ifs that they walk back, one of these specials, the Gabriel
Yeah.
nightmare. He becomes the dead wife. We
That'd
need
be-
to see it.
But I do, okay, all joking aside, I do think that Gabriel is dying in some regard. Like, I feel like him being in the dead wife is like the nice way of killing him
Yeah.
versus like just straight up like murking him.
Yeah, I think I think this episode's a turning point, honestly. I mean, maybe people were there before. He's certainly been bad before. He's certainly been sick, but I feel like this is the turning point where the show is maybe showing its cards a little bit in terms of where we're going with Gabriel.
And I really don't know. Like, I mean, obviously there's episodes to go, but who will replace him?
Yeah,
Emily.
Emily would be very funny. Natalie, Delilah, are we still setting up, etc. But we'll have to see. Felix,
I mean, we're
right?
not even really setting up a replacement at this point
Well,
because
No,
we
you-
thought we were, and then this entire season we haven't seen any of that in play.
Yeah.
My question is, so like, we know what Hawkmoth's motivation is. But I
Yes.
don't think it's general knowledge as to why he wants the miraculous. Like, I don't think like people other than like Ladybug.
Like no one knows. They just
Like,
know
no
that
one
he
knows.
wants the miraculouses to make
Yeah.
a wish.
And so in this case,
Just him and Natalie.
right. And so Felix and and Marinette knows what can happen if he has the miraculouses, and that's what the plan is. Because like they explained like what would happen if a wish was made.
Yeah.
Yes.
But so like let's say it's Felix, Lila, and Chloe. So the only one who Felix, he has the grimoire. So like he would maybe know like what, like he'd be like, oh, you can make a wish. Don't know what he'd wish for. But then it's like Chloe and Lila are just motivated by their hatred of Ladybug. So like, they're just going to terrorize her for like no reason? Like,
Well, and that's why like I don't know. I guess in a way I've been disappointed with the fact that we haven't been setting them up for anything, is because like I mean, in season 1, yeah, it was season 1, and we didn't know like what Hawkmoth was doing with his life. We just knew that he was there to terrorize Paris and these teenagers. But then we learned what his motivation was. And I feel like at this point, we don't, like, they can't be afforded that luxury of ignorance anymore. And so if, like, Lila or Chloe were to replace him as the big bad, we need to know what their motivation is for becoming the big bad. Because you can't just have a villain that's just there to cause chaos.
Yeah. So
You just can't have that. Like, it doesn't work.
Or is it like, let's say he doesn't die this season, it's maybe next season or another season from now, or is it just the show just end if he dies? Because there's no.
So it's an interesting point by both of you that we haven't been setting up the next Hawkmoth yet, and yet conversely we kind of expect him to die from this episode at the end of the season, and yet there are 2 more seasons at least of Ladybug, so that will be very interesting to track moving forward.
But we have the luxury of knowing that, like, at the end of the 5th season, which we're currently in, closes up this arc.
Okay,
So,
let me reset that for a second because we get questions on this. We have been working under the assumption that season 5 will
Yes.
conclude many of these plot lines. I don't know for sure if that will be true. I don't want anyone to tell us if that will be true because at this point it's spoilers, right? So please
yeah.
don't tell us. But to explain why we're saying things like Gabriel might end at the end of the season, the identity reveal will happen at the end of the season. For whatever reason, I can't remember exactly why. One of the reasons being that Ladybug wasn't renewed past season 5 until last year. But we have always been expecting everything to culminate this season. Whether that's true or not, TBD, don't tell us.
Yeah,
But that's
and I
that
mean, they
clinician.
could have changed their minds, but like, and they decided that, okay, like, they'll figure out a way to extend, this current arc that we're in to later seasons. But you gotta start setting something up. Like, if this is how we go.
Yeah, no, it'll be very interesting to see. I agree that as things stand, there's no way to have another villain at the moment. Like, it could just add the arc could like we could get like a definitive ending, and season 6 could, which is we could start and set up at the beginning of the season, right? Start setting up the new villain when season 6 starts, which is what I always imagined because I thought like, oh, they aren't renewed past 5, therefore they're going to just end it and then they'll continue afterwards. But we'll see. They might have given like a tenuous ending, or they might
I was
have
gonna
assumed
say,
that they would be picked up, or something like that.
I feel like someone who was involved with the show also said something along those lines, which may also be why we've continued to work off of that notion as well. But
Right, yeah.
I don't remember. I remember it got very hard implanted into our brains. So.
Yeah, it got implanted. Whether that was true or not, we will see.
Yeah.
We did closely follow everything Thomas said up until like the past 2 years because of spoilers. So now we don't really know. But yeah, we were plugged in. Okay, but we'll track that throughout the season. Going through any final Gabriel things, I think we've covered it, but we need to go over his dance scene once more.
He's a jerk. The dance scene is iconic.
Dancing iconic. Still a jerk.
He's so happy, and then he stops in front of Natalie. What he's doing, like, I don't know what to do, big dance, Broadway, I don't know, these type of like moves.
So funny.
It's incredible. What's gotten into you? Can you smell that, Natalie?
He's
Incredible
so
voice
annoying.
acting. Don't tell me you've been making pancakes again. And then he shows her that the Alliance has caught them, and he says it's the smell of victory, and then he like shimmies into the elevator to the dead wife guard, and he like dances into the elevator down.
My
I love
favorite
that
part is he dances out of the room to then run into Natalie, and then he's like, all right, I'm gonna go back. Like,
oh yeah, he brings her back in to show her. Yeah, that's true. And
all he does is take her to that painting of Emily.
Yeah, so it's happening. It's true brilliance.
Oh my god.
I think.
I think their entire budget for this season went into the cafeteria scene.
How about this dance scene? I mean,
no, I think it was the cafeteria. The cafeteria was just like, there was a lot.
It was very intricate.
There was so much.
But we talked about him hypnotizing his son. The Alliance ring pays off with the catching them. So look, all it took was his infinite billionaire privilege resources in order to actually
being a creeper
win, right?
And being a creeper.
But he got the miraculouses, and he was only foiled by the Resistance, kind of, Marin and Adrian, kind of, and mostly Tikki and Plagg,
a bunch of 15-year-olds. That's what got him.
Yeah, but also like gods who are like, now let's.
Also, I'm sorry, it was really funny. They were like carrying Chloe.
Yeah, they off screen they captured Chloe,
which is like amazing. And then they're like just gonna turn him into a shoe. So funny.
Yeah. So there you go. That's everything with Gabe. So, I can't wait to see more.
So I imagine there's a missing scene where like he comes, like he's back, like so, or after the episode ends and he's like being super dramatic in his little cave, and all of the Kwamis are like jeering at him, like.
He tells the Kwamis we've won finally.
I do like the small exchange with Roar's like, yeah, but you always fail.
So good. It's not very nice, Roar. So funny.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
So funny.
At the end, he says, "Go ahead."
Oh no, I just think there's a missing scene where all the Kwamis are like mocking him.
Oh yeah, and in the parallel to that scene, I like that. That second half of this part 2 is really fast. So yeah, they definitely might have cut stuff out. At the end, he says, "You can't win, Ladybug," and he also says, "You won't always have someone to help you." Did you guys notice this line? Did this pique any of your interest?
Yes,
it does. But he also just says stuff, so I don't.
He definitely, yeah. I'm like, is he saying stuff, or is he like, I'm gonna kill Cat Noir? like you won't always have someone to help you. What does that mean?
What is he gonna do? Murder all of those teenagers in the Resistance and then go after Cat Noir?
Just to get through them first. It's like, did he like pick up on something with Adrian being Kat, right? Like you won't always have someone to help you because he knows who Kat is. Is that possible?
No.
No.
That dumb.
I could see Natalie figuring it out and then being like, I'm not telling Gabriel.
Yeah. That'd
Oh
be good.
yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see what this line from Adrian says. Okay, how about
okay,
us?
what if like Natalie like completely changes sides and she like joins
Are
team?
we leading up to Natalie joining the Resistance?
Oh my
right?
gosh,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Wouldn't that be great?
Oh.
I think we're building
Yes.
up to Natalie defecting. It seemed like that for a while.
Like,
Because
the
like I said,
icing
currently
thing is
she's just not
defecting.
getting in the way.
Please.
But
Please let Mom join the Resistance.
It'd be
because
the reason she wouldn't is because she needs to stay there. Is like kind of stay in the abusive relationship, honestly, to like protect Adrian. Like that's her
Right.
motivation.
Yeah.
Right now. So
Yeah,
if she
'cause
can
since
find a
Adrian's
way to
dad's a
subvert
psycho.
him and protect Adrian, then I think she would do it.
well,
It's
and if
great.
Adrian's involved in the Resistance, then it would be like a natural thing for her to eventually join up. You know,
I
what
am
mean?
happy they actually did something with the Resistance. Like we've been waiting for that.
I know, and it
Yes.
was
Also, it was
good.
Just like they just paintballed him, so good.
Their big plan. I love the
I don't-
the sketch drawings showing the plan.
Yes.
I think that was really
Okay,
nice.
but their like paintball, the colors were like the color of the sauce that they are.
Yes,
which
so funny.
Was it actually?
Yes, and it
he
destroyed
looked like he was
me.
being hit with ketchup and mustard. It was so funny.
Oh my god.
And someone was
Uh,
mayonnaise, and there was the white too.
There
I
was
was
white.
done.
Well, that's
so good.
Adrian. He's comrade.
Yes.
Mayo.
Yeah, obviously he's Mayo. I was not that. However, I was not impressed with Max's big anti-akumatization system.
Yeah,
That-
I was like,
The end result is
okay,
it just
well,
broadcasts music to the school. Like, can't Max do better than this? He made a whole Chat GPT robot.
Well, and they
right?
didn't
Like,
even
can
make
he-
it hack proof because they were able to disable
Aqua,
wasn't
just
hack,
unplug
just
the
unplugged
router.
it.
That was
it was
funny.
wild.
Okay, we haven't talked about Scarabella and Kitty Noir enough.
Oh, they're so
Um,
cute.
So
I will
the
say,
return
Alia's
of-
a sweetie. She's like, I don't want to talk. She's like, I don't want to lie to my boyfriend, but I'll do anything for Marinette. Bros
She's the
before
best
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, she ultimately says, "Okay, I'll do this for Marinette." Yeah, ultimate bro for sure.
Yes.
And we have, see, we forget her so much that I was forgetting her name for a second. Zoe. as Kitty Noir.
Yes.
She's been a non-factor until now. First of all, Kitty Noir, not a fan of that
Ooh,
name.
zero
personally.
effort. Zero effort was made.
Probably sounds better in French. I don't know. But
I like to believe that she was put on the spot and she was just like, I have to have a name.
that's true. Yeah, in the interview. We also liked I liked Black Spots of Justice. I think more than Scarabella
Mhm.
back in the day. But the Scarabella, I don't know. We went over this name. We picked it
We
apart
did.
as to why it might.
Yes,
make
we
sense.
did.
What do we think of? And I have an image down here too. What do we think, Delaney, of Zoe as Kitty Noir?
Oh, it's great, and I've been wanting more Zoe, and Zoe's like great in these 2 episodes.
Only thing, so she has like yellow hair and then like green tips.
Yeah, I'm about it personally.
I'm here for
I
it.
don't. I'm not sure about her lipstick. What do we think of the?
What's wrong with her lipstick?
Very flashy, which
I
I guess
like
fits
it.
with Cat Noir. I just understood
I enjoy
why.
it. Also, her eyes are yellow, which is a little uncomfortable, but like it's okay.
Yeah, and like the cat eyes, right? It's a lot.
Mhm.
This is a big look. For
I enjoy
Zoe.
it though.
I'm here for the look with the purple
So
suit.
oh, yeah, it is purple. Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
Zoe
purple.
immediately was like hitting on Alia. It was great. 10 out of 10.
So in
Even
part
better.
1, Scarabella catches Kitty Noir. I was about to say kitty section. Oh my god. And then we open up, Delaney, part 2, with an interview between Scarabella and Kitty Noir.
Best.
Scarabella says they were never in love about Ladybug and Cat Noir. They're never in love or in a relationship, and neither are we. Kitty Noir says, so far, anyway. And Alia says,
Yes.
Alia says, of course not. We just met.
Yay!
And then
Yeah.
and then gives her that look like
And they're
anything
like
is
smirking at each
possible.
other, right?
Yay! So good.
Delaney, what was your reaction when you saw this?
I was just like, this is good. I was like, Zoe's gay. I mean, she's been given the vibe since they introduced her, but like.
Let me talk about that also. But okay, come back to that in a second.
Also,
what
Alia's
about
bi, confirmed.
right? Alia could of
Yes.
course be bi. This scene, is this like bold statement here? Is this the most explicitly queer scene in Ladybug?
No, because Julica and Rose exist.
Yeah.
Right. but they're like, oh,
Don't you
they're
put
just very
down
good
Jellicoe and Rose?
friends. They're just very good friends.
They
That's
literally
they have that
no.
as an excuse for
They had
like
like
the
a whole
homophobic
thing where
countries,
they
right?
like embrace and like hold hands.
Yeah, there have been some
Yes.
good, the big ones, but I was shocked how like because again, in terms of explicitness, it's like tying it to like conventional
I
straight
will
love
say
in order.
this is like, I would say this is more explicit just because it's like verbal versus
It's like verbal, right?
Yes.
Like they
But,
say
like-
like in love or in a relationship, Ladybug and Cat Noir, which is an inherently romantic dynamic with the premise of the show, and they say neither are we so far anyway.
so
Yeah.
good.
I was
No,
shocked at how
agree.
far they went here with that.
I was also shocked. I will have to give it to the show though. Like Jellicoe and Rose are like super gay in the background. Like
Yes.
In the back, they have several moments in these episodes in the background, for sure.
but like in general in
Uh,
the show, like they're like mega gay. Like they're in the back, but like they're being gay the whole time.
were they giving us the queer women heroes that we've wanted in
Yes.
this?
They were like, you can
Yes.
have this as a treat for 5 minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, literally.
We
Right.
understand you
accept.
just lost the owl house. Here, have this.
Here, you can
Good
have
timing.
this.
Yeah. Do you want to see the Scarabelle Kitty Noir spinoff?
Yes.
Yes. Bye, Nino.
Get out of here, Nino.
I'm sorry, Nino.
Like I feel
They
bad.
can be
but,
can
like,
be a throuple or something. I don't know.
No.
It's
No.
fine. Alia's like, here's my boyfriend Nino and my girlfriend Kitty Noir.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no.
I guess Nino would say.
Nino can go like Kim or something.
Nino's the sacrifice when they make the wish with the two.
Terrible.
Nino's been on point with the resistance. Nino's the sacrifice. No, no.
Kim, it's fine.
Let's get
it's
Gabe.
fine.
Okay, I'll get Gabe in the dead wife garden before we sacrifice.
Man, I
resistance
really
leader
want that to
Nino.
come true.
That'd be really
It's
funny.
definitely the best thing so far. Can we talk about Delaney? You said you've been getting vibes from Zoe. I was
Yeah.
about to come on and say my hot take is that I feel like these two episodes are like telegraphing that Zoe is gay.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Mega gay.
What were you seeing, Delaney, with Zoe?
So like, well, I mean, they always focus on her shoes, which is like so random for like no reason. They're like, wow, she's so quirky in her Converse. But like,
And she's
just-
got cuffed pants too, if I remember.
yeah, oh yeah,
correctly.
big gay. Yeah, cuff pants, gay.
The colored hair.
I don't know.
I
the
think
beanie.
speaking of, I think like she's like pretty white girl with like short colored hair. I feel like that's the recent like trope for like.
Oh, what's
queer
that girl's
women
name
media.
in Star?
Oh yeah, Jackie. Also,
Jackie.
I was like,
Obviously,
it starts with a J. What's her name?
Yeah, like this is a thing that a lot of shows are doing. I'd say yeah. But what do you anything she's doing that you're seeing?
I mean, I think she has a crush on Marinette, like a little bit.
I think the same thing. I think
Yes.
she was smiling a ton at
She
Marinette
was
in this
so
episode.
concerned about Marinette.
She was.
Right,
She was like, has
right.
anyone
Like
talked to
everyone
her?
else is like celebrating that they're together, all nice. But Zoe is very specifically concerned for Marinette, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously, she could just be concerned for her friend. I'm not saying that's not true, but it's like maybe she has like a crush. It's not like she wants to date her. She knows she's with Adrian, but she just like has specific.
I mean, who
attachment to
doesn't have a
Marinette.
crush on Marinette? Let's be honest.
Like everyone in the school, right?
Yeah.
The resistance is like former crushes on Marinette.
Yeah,
I guess it's just like
basically. Mhm.
Nathaniel and maybe Zoe, and yeah. But right, so that's one thing, right? I picked up on something. Where is that in my notes? She said, "Oh yeah," she says, it's I know that love is complicated." I feel like she says, yeah, in this episode.
Gay.
Which
Yep.
like we've never seen her like anyone, right?
True.
It's like what is she talking about? She's like, I understand.
Granted,
I
they
can
could also
empathize
be. She also could be referencing the fact that like her family is the way it is. Like,
Yeah.
maybe about her parents. Yeah,
Yeah.
it could be that. But my first thought was like, oh, is she mean about herself? For yeah,
Why
that
not
could be
both?
a subtle sign.
It could be both.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a homo. Like,
And oh yeah, that's it. And then the scene with Scarabelle. I guess the last evidence is like, why include that unless it's like in reference to one of the characters? It's like
yeah.
like Alia on the show was with a guy. Not that she couldn't be bi, but if the show is
Well, but
if like they're writing Zoe in mind with like she's gay, then it's like, oh well, she'll be the love interest to Alia here, and they'll have a little flirty scene that parallels our normal heroes, right? So I feel like that's like maybe the purpose of doing that as well.
It
Well,
was great.
it was great. And what is it? Whenever we have the superheroes, they they always make it a point that like, oh, they get to be their real selves whenever they're heroes.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she didn't have to hide behind anything. Neither of them did. Ollie got to be her best bi self, and Zoe got to be her best bi or gay or whatever she is.
I really enjoyed that they kept going approved.
Approved.
Yeah, what's up with the approved?
So dumb. They just said it
why?
once, they just kept going.
Yeah, I
I
guess
liked it. They were like, this is our thing. So funny.
Well, I think it was like because they didn't really get to have like the whole like, who are you? Who are you? I don't, like, okay, like, I think this is what we should do. Approved. Cool. Let's go do it. Like,
yeah, it's a weird word though.
I enjoyed
they
it.
were giving consent, okay?
It might
Yeah,
have
they're
been
big on
in
consent.
French.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, a big Zoe. Who are we gonna ship with Zoe? There's no other queer people in the
everyone's
show.
paired off, so we have to get a new kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my genuine read is like the writers think of Zoe as gay, and of course, like this show has restrictions that other shows do not in terms of presenting queer content.
Yes.
Even like compared to Disney, just because there's the Ladybug is approved to air in China, and that comes with a whole suit of restrictions.
Mhm.
Not that we're endorsing that or anything, but I don't think they'll ever like make Zoe explicitly super queer or anything. But I thought this was a really nice way of kind of subtly showing that if that's what they're going for.
Yes.
Cool. Any other Scarabella and Kitty Noir thoughts?
Well, I just thought Plagg and Zoe were really cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Zoe, biggest cheese seller.
He was
in Paris.
Plagg lost, and then when she's trying to sneak in.
So
Yeah,
cute.
and we reference again the stepsister stuff with Chloe, which we hadn't seen for a
Chloe's
while.
such a brat.
I love that Plagg is really upset about the shoes. Like, he's never seen shoes before.
And then, also, like, Plagg, like, I like that he comes back and he's like, you were great, and also don't ever let anyone be mean to you ever again.
See, Plagg cares about people. He didn't have to do that, but he did.
Yeah, I guess he cares about his
Plagg's
holder,
a big
at least.
softie.
He is.
Yeah, I mean, he'll destroy the world, but...
I do love that we referenced once again that he destroyed the dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah, he was like, they talked crap. I had to kill them.
T-Rexes were smug, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go through some of we haven't talked enough about the memes outside of the dancing Gabriel. So, at the start, when Marinette's depressed in the world, she says, what I am is just a normal girl with a normal life, but there's something about me no one knows yet. I'm pathetic.
So good. Great meme.
Great. Love it.
Good meme. Great line read. Yeah, they usually just say normal girl, normal life. They went the full opening line.
It was so good.
They
I'm
really
pathetic.
leaned into it.
We need to talk about Marinette's depressed voicemail message. That comes up multiple times.
Changed it. Like, why did you?
Who records a new voicemail for every day for their mood? Like, is that what they're implying?
I don't know. It's a great question.
Maybe that's like because she doesn't have an alliance. So,
I mean, when you're it's an extremely 15-year-old girl like behavior, but like.
Yeah, like whenever you would change your away message on
the kids don't do that anymore, right? Like if you like the children, no child's gonna comment and be like, I changed my voicemail every day. Maybe I'm wrong.
They probably don't even know what voicemail is.
Yeah,
right?
they don't know what
kids
voicemail
don't
is.
call, right? Like they don't like their friends reference it too. They're like, did you hear her new voicemail? Well, like this is the most. This is like one of the weirdest things they've done. Like
I loved it. Because she couldn't change her AOL away message.
I just accepted it at face value, and I think that's just what you have to do, and it's so good.
This is a summary of the show. You just have to accept things, but like,
yes,
so funny.
Can we back? Okay, would this ever like? I haven't changed my voicemail in like 10 years. Like, do people do this?
I'm pretty sure when I get like, I'm kind of like, I get worried sometimes when like I'm trying to get a job or something and then it's like my like 15-year-old voice. Like,
yeah. If you're expecting someone to import, that's the only thing. That's so funny that she's changing her voicemail based on her mood.
So random.
Oh my god.
Love it.
We talked about 9 months and 12 days since Adrian came to the school. And into episode 2. Well, let's talk about the episode's memes.
That was pretty
so did we?
I also think they were trolling us specifically.
Yes.
Yeah. Us specific. Yeah. What parts did they write for us? I feel like the Gabriel dancing scene was for us.
And the episode joke.
Yeah, the episode joke.
They say, did we miss an episode or something? And then Alia says, how many episodes did I miss? Marinette says, there's been no new episode.
Yep. That was at us specifically.
That was
And then
us
Alia
very
says, so then I
specifically.
didn't miss anything. We're just back at episode 1.
Yep.
Yep.
I need to get the soundboard just so I can say that Marinette saying, there's been no new episode.
Yeah.
Very, yeah. So I guess we're memeing about the fact that the show airs out of order here.
Yes. Because it'll air out of order and it'll be airing in like one country but not another. So
yeah, also potentially memeing about like the show as like these episodes that like jump very far and do these ridiculous things, right?
Yes.
And then you're like, did I miss something here?
And apparently it's only been 9 months.
Oh my god. You're like upset by him trying to endanger his son. I'm upset by the 9 months. That's the most traumatic
I'm
part
upset
for
by
me.
both.
Miss
Okay,
Bustier,
fair.
just have the baby.
Yeah,
Come
are we gonna get
back.
an episode where she delivers the baby? They like
That has to be.
wait.
Okay.
What if
Oh my God,
what if she pops out the baby and immediately Hawkmoth akumatizes it because it's crying?
Oh no.
They should akumatize pregnant Miss Bustier.
That
Bring
would
her
be
back.
good too. Either akumatai like in labor, Miss Bustier, like
Okay,
the pains of labor are ripe for my akumatization.
I would be very concerned because she only just announced that. When did they say that she was pregnant?
I don't know. I don't know what the timeline.
Okay, but it hasn't like it would not have been enough time for her to have had the baby, and then she just comes back and has a baby. Like what?
I did not want to wait an actual 9 months. Come on.
We've already been 9 months.
Wait, it's been 9
longer
years,
than that for us.
Is that how the timeline works? 1
Oh.
year equals 9 equals 1 month.
Shaving socks, anything on that?
Oh, shaving.
Oh, I do that.
What do you mean you do that?
You don't shave your clothes whenever they pill?
I like know what you're talking about, but no.
What did you say? Whenever they what?
Pill?
What's that?
PIL?
They get like the little thingies.
little fuzzy balls that are like stuck to them.
Clothes pill.
Oh my God.
Pilling. How to prevent pilling on clothes? Nope, I don't know about this.
Dylan's like, I have no concept.
What?
I don't know what this is.
Full disclosure, there's literally drool on my shirt sleeve. No, I don't shave my socks.
You're saying you're a slob, so obviously you don't
Yeah.
shave your socks.
No, I noticed
You knew-
today, I was like talking to my wife and I was like, oh, there's drool on my shirt. And then she pointed it out later and I was like, we don't have to talk about it, okay? It's not important.
So April, you think she actually meant the pilling? You didn't think that she was making something up here?
Yeah. I have to do it to my leggings regularly.
Define. You mean like roll the like lint roller?
No, this is different.
You can buy little tiny. They call them like clothes shavers.
Yeah, it's like it's a literal razor. You
Clothes
Yeah.
shavers.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
7 best fabric shavers of 2023.
Dylan's like so
Okay.
shook right now. We're teaching Dylan.
I do
know.
not know what this is.
Like, do you have
Okay.
you don't have, do you have like a pea coat or something?
a pea coat?
Yeah,
Or
you
like
know
a,
what pea coat
a
is?
fuzzy sweater.
Spell pea coat.
PEA.
Oh.
Oh, not PE. Okay.
Thanks
Peacock? Miraculous? I know that.
Stop it.
for coming to our podcast.
Pea coat. I'm wondering if there are different terms for. Okay, I know what a pea coat is. Yeah.
Welcome
I
to
know what that
Overly
is.
Animated, where we talk about Ladybug and clothing items.
I guess
that
I'd call this like an overcoat. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think I would call it that.
Yes.
But yeah, I know what that is. Okay.
Okay, so do you have one?
I had one for work at some point, but I do not currently know.
Okay, because like those pill.
Especially
Yeah, okay,
where
I see
the
what you mean, yeah.
fabric rubs against each other. So
I understand now with the P code. Yeah, that makes sense. The problem is we are from like 3 different regions trying to like talk about things that might have different terms. I feel like it's very hard.
Delaney knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. I think the pilling I think is on me, but I feel like the P code is a different term thing, but I don't know.
No, I think they're just
Uh,
called
It
pea
is.
coats.
Yeah, it's just called a peacoat.
I keep hearing peacock. I keep hearing
This
peacock,
might.
you know?
I think this might be like a socialization gender thing because like
yeah, no, yeah.
Oh.
No, but I've had
like the
peacoat
jacket
before.
Edward wears in Twilight. That's a peacoat.
Yes, that's the greatest example of a peacoat.
No, thank you. Okay.
No, thank you.
Like I had a red
Does
one.
Gabriel own a peacoat? That's the real question.
Probably.
Absolutely.
He absolutely has to.
He's
I
in
know.
fashion.
Has he designed a peacoat?
Absolutely.
Do you
By the way,
think,
Marinette designs her
do you think,
ad
do you
hoc
think there's
Ladybug
like a
suit
male
this
version
episode.
and they call it something else?
No, I think it's
they're all
I think it's
called
that.
peacoats.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just
think
didn't
I think it's
know.
that.
Tanya,
Okay, anyway.
Tanya will literally be talking about something fashion, and I just look at her like I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, because I
That's me
remember
with the pilling right
whenever
now.
like I had one, my brother was like, I want a peacoat too, and I was like, then go get one.
Why did we start to the clothes okay, I think she was making something up, but I don't know.
No.
Okay.
I do think it was. I think she was making something up, but like you can actually shave your socks.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, how about anything with the ending of the episode, which is Miraculous Monarch Bug. How about that? When he puts on the Ladybug earrings.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Miraculous Monarch Bug, and then it falls down.
It only would have been better if it hit him in the head. That would have been so good.
Mm-hmm.
Marinette Miraculous is the real. By the way.
Also, does he just think she's stupid? Like she just literally brought it. Like you're so dumb.
Yeah, she does. Okay, Marinette makes her fake Ladybug costume, comes with a helmet.
Yep.
She talks, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Ladybug."
Yep.
So,
to be fair, this is like the fourth time this has happened. Like,
okay, I know this is a repeat complaint. This is I know. I was still frustrated. Why do they think she's not Marinette here? There's no magic cloaking. She's not in the Ladybug suit. She's in a fake suit. Why do they hear Ladybug's voice?
So
it obviously would sound like Marinette.
No, here, I have it for you. Are you ready? This is what it is. Because once you see the red and black, you're just like you don't care. Like it's just gone.
I think they They mentally are associating the vision of the someone who looks like Ladybug. But the problem is they're close with Marinette. They should know her voice. The Resistance members are right there. Okay. That is way more annoying than anything else in this.
I hope
except
she
for the
that. Dylan, I'm slammed into a wall.
Dylan, I bet you $20 that
if
she would have taken the helmet off, they would have been like, "Oh no, Ladybug lost her mask."
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, it's still Ladybug." They're just all stupid. That's
they still wouldn't associate her with Marinette.
You know what? I think that's probably. I think he would have got $20.
Adrian, I think takes the earrings off, right? And Ladybug takes Kat's Miraculous back, and she sees the new Miraculous and yeah, that's how that goes. Any thoughts on
Gabriel? Is like so betrayed when he looks at Adrian.
Yeah,
it's like
I don't know what he expected.
I don't either.
Gabriel, yeah. Right. So that's why I'm like, did he see something here? Right. Like it's like Adrian helping out might have triggered something in his brain. Anyway, that's the only thing. I just want to say that
like Marinette's a genius. Like I was like, why are you taking the other trash can, girl? Like, what are you doing?
She knew what she was doing.
Right. She hid the other trash can. Yeah. I think this all happened very fast, but it was clear. The show made all the logic stuff clear. I think the only thing is like the decisions by.
I did like that Tikki was like, I gave it to the universe. It's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. I liked that Scarabella's Plucky Charm item was also kind of like a convoluted thing.
Yep, the towel.
Yeah, it wasn't like straight.
Oh yeah, can we talk about him having 5 alliance rings? Like, bro, why?
Yeah, you did 5 things.
Oh, Cookie.
Oh yeah, any thoughts on Cookie, who apparently we've never seen before?
I love Cookie.
He seems cool. Yeah, I liked Cookie. Okay, when Nora kept calling, I was getting scared. Like I was like, what has happened? And I thought Nora
what do you think?
Yes.
What do you think Cookie is in relation to Nora?
Well, Nora's a lesbian, so like maybe they're friends.
Is this canonical?
I feel like
obviously just based on her, but yeah, I mean, I thought they were seemed close.
I think it's someone close and close enough that she like has a nickname for them, but they're like, I hate my nickname. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they do it in a teasing fashion.
It's probably. Like
when we saw Nora talking about Cookie, I was like, oh, this is someone from Anansi, the episode that I don't remember. But that was my reaction. But no, it's just a new character like that. So I thought that was
I still loved Gabriel being like, they have 5 alliance rings.
Yes, like he's like Christmas.
Why does he have 5 rings on?
Why?
Why not?
Do people wear more than one Fitbit? Like this doesn't make sense.
I guess if the Apple Watch was a ring, I think people probably might. Yeah.
Or
Well,
like how
also-
people carry more than one cell phone.
Yeah,
I
that
guess
is a
so.
thing. It's true.
Yeah. I by the way, the show continues to have as one of its big themes being like distrust your technology that's like tracking you in your every movement.
Yes.
Yeah, seems to be a big thing for
They
the show.
they
as
need
it
to figure it out. They're stressing me out.
I thought they did figure that well, no. They knew that cuz what was it? The one episode where Marinette accidentally had the one girl's ring and then she was running around as Ladybug and then it tracked all of the movement and Marinette like knew that. So why didn't she warn Alia? Or did she just completely forget about that?
It just didn't occur to her. I mean, because her and Adrian don't wear the rings. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they should. That's true. They should have warned Dahlia. Yeah, you'd think she would have warned Dahlia. And by the way, Alia's Lucky Charm, we see fake Marinette at one point. That was also from the
It was
season.
beautiful.
So wait, it's coming to me.
Okay.
So something like that.
Oh yeah. The one
Her
person.
name.
Oh, yes. Okay.
The girl who looks like Marinette.
Yes, because I
Um,
remember
what
that
they should
was
do.
that was the whole point of that episode, which was why Marinette decided she didn't want an alliance ring.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they also brought the paint back from that. Okay, I think anything else from the episodes, Delaney?
Oh, I think what they should do is they should lock Chloe and Kagami in a room, and Lila, and just let the problem take care of itself. Give Kagami a stick. Just
Nice. April.
When
If nothing, I was gonna ask, what should the screen cap be for the episode? Scroll down. Choice
I
number
saw
one.
them.
Is it Marinette and Adrian romantic, or is it one shot of Hawkmoth of Monarch
I
dancing?
kind of want it to be a Monarch dancing
Me too.
screenshot.
Okay, it's been decided that.
I particularly like the one where he's kind of like it's not close up, but you could see like the 4 images of Adrian in the background.
I know, it's pretty stupid.
It's so dumb.
And he's like shimmying.
Yes.
Or whatever. So yeah. Okay. I thought we would have to go for Marinette and Adrian, but no.
No.
We're going for Monarch dancing. Got it.
We're not giving the people what they want.
It's too good.
It's too good. Delaney, what are your final thoughts?
I really enjoyed these 2 episodes. They really have set us up, I think, for like I'm really excited. Either I'm going to be really happy with the next episode or really disappointed, depending. So, with like them dating, not dating.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe we'll
there's-
get some like where they're like trying to figure out how he figured out their identities, or
there's a lot
Yeah.
that hinges.
also
on
like
that.
all of this is happening like so like all the drama is focused around Adrian and Marinette, and Hawkmoth's like I don't care.
and while he's in the school, he
Yeah.
does not seem to care about his son on a date. That's
Nope.
true.
No, he's like whatever.
Does not care about
Yeah,
his son.
that's true. We should have talked about that too. He's
Also,
very
there's
focused.
nothing to
Such a
talk about.
brat. Chloe's like baker's girl. I'm like, this is the best bakery in Paris, you brat.
Yeah.
Beat you up.
Very defensive of the bakery. What's it called? I don't remember.
I don't know.
Something.
I will say Marinette's parents are great. So funny.
She has the best parents.
They're like, yeah, you can stay home from school, and then they're also like, hey, and they just
gonna let this boy in your bedroom. No big deal.
God, they're
Yeah,
so
they don't
sketchy.
care. They don't care. Well, look,
Nope.
at least Gabriel wasn't in there invisible.
He's such a
That's
creeper.
nice. Is he going to be invisible watching Ladybug sleep or something? That's the next
Oh
step.
my gosh.
I'm still
Speaking
not
of Twilight.
literally in her room.
Yeah. He was in her room in the
Yes.
season. That's
Dumb.
Remember that?
So good.
And yet he doesn't know it's Marinette? Oh, fun.
Oh, she
that's
went
so
that
fun.
way. Like,
Oh my god.
my God.
You triggering me again with the
You're welcome.
the-
You're welcome.
April, final thoughts here.
Scooby-Doo nonsense.
There's a lot that rides on this next episode. It's gonna determine the course of the remainder of this season.
Duh, duh, duh.
Okay. Next
mean-
episode called Perfection.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh.
I mean, these we don't care what these names are. Transmission and Deflagration were these 2 names. We don't care.
I'm
Also,
sorry, Kwamis
when's
is
Luca
so
coming
funny.
back? Because he knows their identities.
When to Luca?
Yeah,
like how you
where
said
was he
who,
this whole
Luca.
episode? These 2 episodes?
Oh, you just missed him because we were all just on his podcast
no,
last
Yeah,
time.
it's
that's
too
not what
busy-
I meant.
Too busy doing.
What do
a
you mean
podcast
that's not what
in
you
real life.
meant? Speaking
Where
of
was
Luca,
he these 2 episodes?
you should ask him when we were on his podcast.
He could
Does
have.
he
He
not
could
go
have
to
shed a lot
school?
of light.
You had a whole hour and a half just with Luca.
That's not what I'm
Me-
talking about.
Maybe you could. That's the same. What do you mean that's not where you're? I don't understand.
Does he not go to school? Does he go to a different school?
I
Like,
guess
Oh,
he
he
goes
goes
to a
to the
different
same
school, right?
school. I thought.
Does he? Wait, I
Yes.
think he's in a different class.
I have. I mean,
That's
he
what they
living-
said.
But they're twins. None of this makes sense.
Same with
They are
Kagame.
twins.
She goes to the same school as them.
Oh yeah.
too.
Well, Kagami's probably like in a whole.
They
different
were just
class, 'cause she's
absent
way
from these
smarter than the
episodes.
rest of them. Like,
Yeah, no,
She's
it's
in the
true.
advanced class.
yeah, Kagami's like, I'm in honors, whatever you're at, like, whatever.
Yeah,
She's
no,
in
Marinette's.
AP art.
Yeah.
The big reveal is we learn Marinette's class is actually all the dumbest kids in the school that they put
Yes.
in class to try to help them.
They let those
And it would-
kids
and it
just
would
have
make
a
sense.
party in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I like how they like. I'm like, aren't y'all supposed to be doing something? Like,
They're literally at school just having a party.
and they meet up in like the boiler room. Like, y'all are like, oh, are there teachers? Like, is there anyone other than
No,
Oh,
their
Mr.
principal is
Damocles?
doing his fake hero stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Mr.
that's it.
Damocles is useless. So like, I know he's not doing anything.
Miss
And then
Bousquet is on her maternity leave.
she's
Who
like,
else?
she's like, I'm not going down those stairs. Y'all have fun.
That's true. Yeah, she wouldn't go down.
She's like, no.
yeah.
Is Miss Mendeleev still there?
Oh yeah,
Um,
she would probably chase them around a little bit.
You think she
Yeah.
would be invested in the Kwamis here, but I don't remember what she's doing. Okay, those all like right outside the school. I don't remember.
They're just selfish.
Yes.
I don't remember. Okay, that's it. Let us know your thoughts on whatever we talked about. Gabriel dancing,
That's
shaving
so-
your clothes, them dating, whatever we talked about. It's only been 9 months.
Zoe being gay.
Zoe being gay, that was a good one. And I think
Yes.
the winner was Gabriel becoming the dead wife. If that will happen, what do you think of that
Yes,
theory?
Gabriel becoming the dead wife.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the new theory, the hot new theory. Okay. So let us know what you thought. If you enjoyed this, you can consider supporting the podcast by becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to all of our current patrons, especially our patrons of the podcast, Cat Sass, and thanks to our patron executive producers, Steve, Michael, and Phoenician. So we will see about the next Ladybug, maybe 3 weeks. We can always come on early if something major happens, and we'll see about how long Disney will keep airing episodes. At least 3 are on the schedule at the moment, so we will to be continued. Hopefully there'll be dating and
Liz.
everything's going to be good when the next episode starts, right? I'm sure we're all
Yeah.
anticipating that.
I'm excited for like the really like they're like on a date and then something happens and they both make like really horrible excuses.
Yeah, exactly.
We've done that before, though.
So good. I don't
Exactly.
care. It's great.
Okay, that's what's going to happen. So thank you for listening, guys. We will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.